Lovely. Hello, thank you very much. Welcome to the comedy section of the show. If you don't find me funny, welcome to the spoken word section of the show. It's a delight to be here. We call this in the business a booking error. However, it is lovely to be here. Thank you. My good friend Winston Marshall, who put on this festival, said to me, "Francis, do you want to do my gig, Diabolical Duologues?" And I went, yeah, of course I would. I would love to do it, as long as I'm following an Iranian dissident talking about the oppression and obliteration of women's rights in Iran. I said, mate, if you're not going to do that, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. This is what I got into this game for. To get up on stage and watch half the audience leave in tears. That's what I want. That's what I want. But it's lovely to be here. It's very nice. It's very nice to be talking to you fine people. It means a lot to me. This means a lot to me because we're talking about liberal values. What it means to be liberal, what it means to share ideas. And I come from a place where we don't have liberal values. I come from a place, well, my mother does, called Caracas, Venezuela, Latin America. Have we got any Latino people in? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Un placer, un honor. Bien, bienvenido. Disfruta de mi comedia. Yo quiero que tú lo disfrutas más que los gringos. See? Yeah, so we've got a few Latinos here and all the rest are working in the kitchen. Doing a real job. But yeah, and to everybody else, you can't believe John Oliver with brain damage able to learn another language. And to the people clapping, yeah, thank you. So my mother's from a place called Caracas, Venezuela, Latin America. My dad is British. And for some peculiar reason, I came out looking Jewish. And it's not a good time to look Jewish, is it? Let's be fair. I mean, it's never a good time to look Jewish, but particularly now. You know, I love Jewish people, love Jews, but sounds weird, doesn't it? But actually, if I had my pick, I wouldn't look Jewish. I would look like a black trans woman. Because if I did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on Netflix. And I wouldn't have to do any jokes either. But no, it's very nice because it's very nice to be talking to a crowd that is intellectual, that is smart like yourself, that thinks, because as comedians, as Bridget just alluded to, we don't always play to the nicest, the smartest, or indeed the most intelligent of people. I did a gig in a place in the UK called Essex, which is our version of New Jersey. Pro Botox, pro steroids. And I'm bilingual. And there was a man in the front row. I said to him, my friend, I'm bilingual. He took one look at me and went, I'm not fucking gay, mate. So what I'm saying is, even though I'm playing in a glorified aircraft hangar, the crowd is brightly lit, about a quarter of you have autism. So you're not seeing jokes, you're just seeing a man being deliberately offensive. And you can't quite compute what's happening. And I'm competing against one of the most glorious vistas in the world. It's nice to be here. Yeah. Because as the founder of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius said, a gig's a gig. But yeah, I spend a lot of time in the US, and I love the US. And I tell people that I'm Latino. And of course, no one believes me. Why would you? I've got this pasty white skin. And you wouldn't think to look at me, but my mother is a woman of color. But my dad's powerful Irish genes came along and absolutely bleached everything. Honestly, guys, my father could have sex with Serena Williams and the baby'd come out whiter than the Michael Bublé Christmas album. But yeah, it's very nice to be here. It's very nice because I love America. I think America is the greatest country in the world. I genuinely do. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be amongst you fine people. Your commitment to free speech is what makes me fall in love with this country. The fact that you care about free speech, the fact that you believe in it, the fact that you fight for it, the fact that you actually think it's part of your civilization is what makes you special. It's incredible. It really, really, really is. But people always go to me, Francis, apart from that, what's the main difference between Britain and America? And it's this. In America, you shoot people. In Britain, we stab people. And the reason we do that is we're not afraid of doing a bit of physical exercise. Because when you stab somebody, you need to engage your quads, strong core, and you need to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, power comes from the shoulder, not the arm. 5, 6, 7. I know that when I get stabbed in London, my murderer is running away a happier, healthier human being. But you're not big fans of stabbings in this country. You prefer the drive-by shooting. And when you think about it, the drive-by is the most American crime ever. Because you get to kill someone whilst you're in your car, sat down. It doesn't get more American than that. You know what's deadlier than the drive-by? The drive-through. Except this time, the only victim is you. But I love America so much. You have so much going for you. I love America more than anything because it is the land of beautiful women and mediocre men. That's why it's called the land of opportunity. And I don't want American men getting offended because I'm from Britain, where women look like me. Seriously, in the UK, I'm a 7 out of 10. Mate, listen, if we were in the UK right now, we'd be shagging. It'd be great. 3 drinks in on a Saturday afternoon. But you know what we call a beautiful English woman? We call her an English rose. Do you know why we call her that? Because she's only good for one summer. You came to Dissident Dialogues, absolutely go F yourselves if you don't want to. I'm calling that out right now. But that's the reason that the British conquered half the globe. Because we looked around, saw what was available to us and went, yeah, you're right, Terry, best get on the boat, mate. That's right, let's sail to India. That's the only way our children are going to have any bone structure. But we never talk about how every culture has strengths and weaknesses. Every culture has strengths and it has weaknesses. Take the Chinese culture. Amazing art, history, literature, philosophy, food, crap music. I don't want you getting awkward. The music's crap and we know it. No one has ever walked into a Chinese restaurant and gone, bloody hell, Dave, this one's a banger, innit, mate? Oh, mate, can you hear that? That's a xylophone. Oh, yes! You know what that instrument is, mate? Me neither. Dave, don't walk off. The harp's about to kick in. No one's ever walked into an Indian restaurant and gone, you know what? No starters or mains, just the dessert. And no one's walked into a British restaurant Because no one has. You see, that's why we respect fat people in my country. Because if you've got fat in the UK with our food, you've really committed. 6 fried Mars bars on a Friday night, that's a knighthood where I come from. But I love America so much because where I'm from, you think I'm educated. But where I'm from, my accent means I'm scum. I've got a racist voice in my country. I can make anything sound racist. I love Chinese food. There's a little bit of awkwardness. Seriously, I got banned from chess club just for saying the words, "I'm white, I'll go first." Got kicked out of the curry house for saying the words, "Bloody hell, Dave, could murder an Indian." The autistics are losing their mind over that. But the ironic thing is, even though I sound like this, all my previous partners have been black, mixed race, Latina. So my voice is racist, but my dick is woke. That's right, ladies. Republican on the streets, Democrat in the sheets. You know, I find it so funny being asked to do this because I got a 2-2 in drama from Essex University. And you've been listening to Steven Pinker and those lot from Harvard. So finally, you've got a real academic on here. But it's really interesting to me because but I was never a university lecturer or anything like that. I was a school teacher. And some of the lecturers up there have actually been looking down on me, being a bit snobby. And my response to them is, "Okay, mate, but who's better at indoctrinating kids?" And I'll leave you with this. Being a teacher is a lot like being a parent. You have your favourites, and then you hope the other ones die in a fire. And one of my best mates, by the way, that is not a joke. It's not. They're the worst. So one of my best mates in the entire world is a lad called Darren. Now, when I left school, I went to college. Darren went to join the army. He did 10 years in the army, 3 tours of duty in Afghanistan. He called me up out of the blue. He goes to me, "Francis, you're my best mate. I love you. I miss you. Let's go for a drink. I realise you went to college. I did my path. It's important to connect." I said, "That's a great idea. Let's go for a drink." We were having a drink. He goes to me, "Francis, what are you up to now?" I go, "Darren, I'm a high school teacher in South London." He looks at me and goes, "Bloody hell, mate. That sounds stressful. I couldn't do that. It's hard." I'm like, "Darren, what are you talking about, you idiot? You're up against the Taliban, some of the most evil, vicious murderers on the planet." He's like, "Yes, Francis, I know, but at least I'm allowed to shoot the bastards." Now, you see, I love that joke, because some of you liked it, some of you didn't. You're there going, "I didn't like that joke, Francis. No, I didn't like that joke. Because I love children. I love children." Let me tell you, as somebody who was taught for 12 years, there is nobody in this room who loves children, because there is not one single person here who, when you're on a bus, sees a group of school kids getting on and thinks to themselves, "Get in." And if you do think like that, you shouldn't be on the bus. You should be in the royal family. And to the people booing 62 times on the Epstein list, cheers. But I wanted to finish off by saying something a little bit more, something that means a little bit more than just jokes. It's not that I've run out of material, it's this. Comedy to me is a sign and a symbol and a reflection of the health of our society, because it's the ability to push back on ideas, to prick pomposity, and to challenge the status quo. Without it, we as a society have lost one of the most effective tools for keeping the elite in check. We should all be incredibly suspicious, and we should all have our antennas up when we see people cancelling comedians, censoring them, when we see comedians' livelihoods being affected, and when we see comedians cancelling other comedians. The whole purpose why I did this festival is because Winston is paying me very nicely. No, he's not. He's not. The whole purpose why I do this festival is because I believe in free speech. I believe it matters. I believe comedy matters. Thank you so much for coming and listening.